Doom is going to be on a mission, and this is something that's been kind of floating around for weeks and weeks. I believe more than a month or so at this point online on social media, all across YouTube, podcasts, whatever, TikTok. Doctor Doom essentially is going to be after everyone who calls incursions in the MCU. Man, that's like a big plot point to be leaked, rumored, whatever the case may be, if true. And there's a lot of people who have caused incursions in the MCU, and there's some precedence and some credence to that specific plot thread based on some of the interviews that been released with some of the actors that come out in this movie. Particularly recently, Channing Tatum in an interview with Variety or Deadline, I believe, in which he confirmed that he has a massive fight with Doctor Doom. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
I mean, he injured his leg and performing that stunt. So, his stunt double finished filming those scenes while he recovered, but it's a pretty extensive fight according to him. You know what I mean? So he's someone, the last time we saw Gambit, he was in the void. He was left in the void.
Yep.
In Deadpool and Wolverine.
The special with that.
And then we got the deleted scene in which someone opens the portal, which obviously paves the way for him to come out of the void. The question is, which I'm assuming is going to be answered in Avengers Doomsday, who took him out of the void? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't recall. I don't recall. Deadpool staying with the sling ring by the end of Deadpool and Wolverine.
Also, he didn't use it. Remember, it was still
Cassandra Nova.
Cassandra Nova. She's the one that opened the first one for them. She still had it. So unless they were able to grab it,
and she died.
Exactly.
She died. Unless somebody did grab it, I don't recall her dropping it when she died at the end either.
Well, actually, I guess it's kind of like
a given type
still
thing.
Say that, yeah. I think it's still kind of a given. Someone did it. We don't know who, because remember, also X-23 is at the end of the movie too.
Right. I mean, they have everybody's at the end of it essentially.
Yeah. So he brought everybody, I think, from that side. So like even everybody from Blade, Elektra, and all of them, they're all living probably in his world, most likely. That's how I would look at it.
I guess.
I don't know. Again, I think it's the simple way of putting it.
It is a simple way of putting it, and I guess that would be an incursion. And the thing here is what about the incursions has Dr. Doom so pissed? You know what I mean? To kind of go after everybody who's caused some sort of incursion, which, if you really want to go back, kind of starts with the Avengers and their time traveling in Avengers Endgame, and then Captain America, Steve Rogers, going back in time and traversing the multiverse to put back the Infinity Stones. But while he's doing it, he wants to stay back, clap some cheeks with, and build a life with Peggy, and then return as an old man. So, that's kind of the start of it. I jotted down a list, you know what I mean, of people who have caused incursions throughout the MCU, at least confirmed incursions. All right, I got Monica Rambeau as well. During the final events of the Marvels, in which which caused her to end up stranded in the Fox X-Men universe, which is Earth 10,005. I don't know why it's so long, but that was, Beast confirms that two realities did collide, in which that due to her ending up in that universe. So that's one of the confirmations of an incursion, and the result of said incursion, which in the comics is either one world during the incursion, two worlds collide, one survives, one dies, or they both die. So we need to know.
The thing that I feel like him, like I think it's a different thing, right? Doctor Strange did an incursion because of the fact that dreamwalking.
Dreamwalking.
Right? But that's because he was connecting so many. That's the reason why the incursions were happening. It was too much at once, and him doing it in the way he did it was against technically nature, right? So,
and himself, because he also confirms, at least the evil version of himself that he fights towards the end, confirms that he went out to the multiverse, killing other versions of himself. Which,
he was trying to get that, and then that didn't help. Yeah, him also killing other. Now, Monica Rambeau, she just got stuck there. You know what I
Right.
mean? That wasn't like on purpose. Now that's like him saying, "Oh, I'm going to take you out because you shouldn't be here," compared to, "Hey, I'm going to take you back to home because you shouldn't be here." You know, like one
Yeah,
thing or
yeah,
another.
yeah.
But I think there has to be like a larger thing. I think because of all the incursions, they thought that they stopped. He's seeing it happening more, or he's looking at this as a way to build his secret, like his battle world,
Hmm.
so that he can just control one place. You know what I mean? And he's forcing the incursions on top of it. You know what I mean? He's like, I think if I
All right,
start
so you
making all
you
these
you
places,
think Doom
right?
is also purposely causing
Yep.
incursions?
I think he's purposely doing it to create battle world so he can have an easier time just controlling one place. You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
like think about it, why would you want any competition if there's a potentially all these other it's still this giant multiverse. He can take half of them out himself if he's just like,
Right.
okay, I just have to hop one place to another. I'll take some of my favorite pieces, Franklin
Hmm.
Richards, and then Sue Storm, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Probably in
I
the
mean,
because
if he
that's the
has his
other thing.
eyes on Sue
Yeah.
Storm, I mean, he got to go up against Namor, you know?
And Reed, yeah, I'm sure there's a long list, but then that's what I'm trying to say, because that's also so you brought it up before. They have it. I don't think I'm starting to think that their world actually didn't have a Doom. That's where my head is right now, because I feel like
The
to
Fantastic Four universe.
yes, I don't think 828 had a Doctor Doom. I think that I think what they did was tease us with having Latveria there, and them being
Hmm.
the stubborn, hard headed like culture that they are, and
Hmm.
like we're not going to join the United Nations. We're not going to just show up there because they still have their sovereignty and all that.
Hmm.
But I don't think it's a I think it's not a stretch to say like the reason why she was kind of shocked seeing that green thing besides that kid, like him some stranger talking to her kid. I think it's also because she doesn't know him. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think they ever had a Doctor Doom.
I don't think so either. No signs. There's no
Yeah.
signs of an active Victor Von
Mm-hmm.
Doom in Earth 828. And a lot of people are
Mm-hmm.
just playing it off as, oh, he's already traversing the multiverse and putting battle worlds together.
Mm-hmm.
Very possible. I'm not gonna write
Yeah.
that
Also
one off.
true.
It's very
Yeah. Yeah.
possible.
Mm-hmm.
But they do nothing to establish that there is a connection between Victor Von Doom and the Fantastic Four in this universe, which is very crucial to the origins of Victor Von Doom becoming Doctor Doom and the
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic Four becoming the Fantastic Four. So, which is something we don't get in this movie. Now, it could be
Mm-hmm.
purposeful because they're from a different reality, different
Yep.
universe. Things are different. So that could just be the case. In this universe, Victor Von Doom didn't need the Fantastic Four and vice versa to get their origins started, as we all know in the comics. But again, I don't know. The only people who really know is Kevin Feige, the Russo brothers, Robert Downey Jr., and whoever wrote Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars for the big screen. We can all go based on
Mm-hmm.
rumors and speculate as much as we want to. But that is an interesting theory. I haven't seen anyone mention him purposely causing incursions
Yeah. I think it's
to
a like
to
if
kind
I'm gonna
of
kill some people.
yeah. I think everyone's big question is what is his motivation to want to
Mm-hmm.
create this
Mm-hmm.
battle world. It's again, I'm kind of harping back to the same task, new mass. He wants
Mm-hmm.
a suit of armor around the world. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like not for good reasons. And I'm
Yeah.
just gonna essentially just kind of pin that against the wall and use that as that's his reasoning. He wants to put a suit of armor around the world and the multiversal world, not just
Mm-hmm.
his specific world, the multiversal world.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And again, it really kind of goes back to him being some sort of Tony Stark variant, or there's a body swap to some degree, and this is Tony Stark's way of missing. Listen, I can now accomplish my suit of armor around the world with all these resources and my own sovereignty, my own governance, and there's no one to
Yeah.
really stop me from doing it at this point. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
really think about it, when he wanted to do that native Age of Ultron, he had the rest of the Avengers to kind of simmer him down and kind of ground him
Yeah.
and kind of halt him from creating, even though it was
Mm-hmm.
accidentally creating Ultron. You know what I mean? He didn't intentionally create Ultron, but he created him nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Is that is
Yeah,
a
there's
very interesting theory. I didn't think
yeah,
about it that way.
I think it's again, it's this is all us just fanboying and just trying to figure out something, maybe get like an idea of what we're going
Mm-hmm.
to be seeing later on. And um I think it's fun. Obviously the speculating is always fun, the theorizing and all
No,
that
for
kind of stuff,
sure.
so that's what kind of makes it into a whole thing. But now it does it work with the story, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
it potentially can. You know what I mean? There's
No,
no,
for sure.
you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? Again, it, just like I said, like you brought up, Doctor Strange did it. Just the evil one in our thing, the third eye one
yeah.
in his
Mm-hmm.
film, he did it straight up just to get back with this girl.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
straight up, you
Exactly.
know, straight up his only reason. So it's like it could be as simple and petty as that, or it could be as big and legit as saying, "Hey, I'm trying to save the world, and this is
Mm-hmm.
why you know, I'm doing this." You know.
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna continue
But
going down the list. We got America Chavez introducing Multiverse
mm-hmm,
of Madness. Although this is just pure
mm-hmm,
speculation, she has
mm-hmm,
the ability to traverse the multiverse, man. Like, and that could possibly be a contributing factor to the incursions. Once again, sticking to Multiverse of Madness, Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff, using the
yep,
Darkhold, dreamwalking, taking over one of her variants' body, even though it was temporarily. That is all contributing to all that madness. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
We
yep,
also got Peter Parker, No Way Home, forcing Doctor Strange to create that spell that caused a tear in reality, and that's how we got Green Goblin. That's how we got Doc Ock, Electro. We got the two Peter Parkers.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Obviously they went back, but at a cost. We also got Gamora.
yeah,
This is 2014 Gamora. This is not the
mm-hmm.
main Gamora. You know what I mean? That was
See, but again, she's yeah, she's time displaced. She's
yeah.
not
She's a
multiversal
displacement.
displacement. Yeah, so that's different. And then again, her version, her future self got killed, so her past self can't cause any type of like time loops or anything. So yeah, again, I hate time travel. I
Yeah,
hate
no,
it just as much as like, you know, it's
it's
easier
so
to just say
wonky.
multiverse. There's multiverse versions. Like that I can
Exactly.
get. But when it comes to freaking time travel bullshit, that still kills me.
No, no, for sure. It gets very wonky, which is why it's a
Mm-hmm.
hard like plot point to kind of really pull
Mm-hmm.
off. But again, we
Yep.
got just to finish off on the Fantastic Four.
Yep.
Again, displacing Galactus. I'm sure that has. We don't know. I know they wanted to send them to the edge of the universe. Which
Mm-hmm.
universe? We don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
They never really specified. Now we know that this version of the Fantastic Four from Earth 828 is also traveling to Earth 616 and vice
Mm-hmm.
versa. We're going to get the Avengers traveling to 828 as well. So
Mm-hmm.
that's for sure going to cause some sort of something. Now the big
Mm-hmm.
one is Loki, his actions
Yep.
in Avengers Endgame and his actions through Loki seasons 1 and 2, which
Yep.
end with him becoming the god of stories.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Doom is going to come after that, and that's gonna be something. We obviously got teasers for back in season 1 of Loki with He Who Remains and the whole Kang thing. I'm sure they're gonna, as much as they deviated from Kang, they're still gonna
Mm-hmm.
incorporate something from Kang into the story because he kind of kicks it all off if you really think about it in season
Mm-hmm.
1 of Loki with He Who Remains and how he explains the multiverse, the sacred timelines, how they
Yeah.
need someone kind of keeping things together, why the TVA was formed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So while we may not have Jonathan Majors back as Kang in the flesh, essentially on the big screen, there will be some Lubin presence of Kang to some degree,
Mm.
and kind of write him off, like you were saying earlier on, kind of write him off with Doom right there on the big screen, and kind of move away from it and continue with Doom.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, we did already kind of dive into how this may tie into Secret Wars and Doom causing the incursions, creating Battle World, becoming God Emperor. There's a lot, man. There's a lot we can theorize. We can be here for 3 hours just
Yeah,
theorizing. You know what I mean? This
and
is a
this is
lot.
why they want to make it into one world again. Literally just a one main timeline, one main multiverse. They want to kill the multiverse stuff right now because they can't handle
No, no,
it.
absolutely. And honestly, this was the best way to go with the
Mm-hmm.
MCU because it's like they were losing traction. They kind of peaked and they kind of like started falling
Yeah,
off. But
they went too fast into the multiverse, unfortunately,
no,
and they didn't
unfortunately.
stick. And they didn't stick with, at least if you want the multiverse stuff, then just give us Elseworld stories and kind of go that route. But, you know,
I
that's
think I
neither here
think
nor
I
there
think
now.
with them what happened was they finally got almost everybody back with the exception of, again,
Hmm.
Spider-Man fully. Spider-Man's in the
Hmm.
MCU, not fully. Same thing with Hulk. Now that
Hmm.
they own the Fantastic Four again, they own the X-Men. So it's like they have literally everybody in their playground now in their own
Yeah.
sandbox. So it's like I feel like they got like, no, we kind of need to do a little something to get everybody
Hmm.
in here since we have everybody. It's like when you get new toys, you know what I mean? It's like you want to play with the new toys so bad, but you still got the other toys that are your favorite toys. And you're like, no, I'm going to play with the new ones
Yeah.
for a little bit. I'm going to bring in the old ones together and we'll essentially that's what happened.
I guess. Well, I don't. I
Maybe
can't
that's
say I
not
can't. I
maybe that's
can't
not the
play with
best
my comics,
analogy.
unfortunately. No, I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, I have a lot of new comics, but I have a lot of older comics that I still need to read. So it's not the same analogy, but I get it. I get you. I feel you. Like everybody wants everything. Like
If
that's what
if
it comes down
anybody
to.
has a better analogy, let us know in the comments for sure. But